Did Daniel Dubois really rob Oleksandr Usyk with that 2023 low blow? Or is Usyk's team dodging the truth to protect his undisputed crown? Stick around as we dive into the controversy, break down Dubois' knockout blueprint, and reveal why this July 19th rematch could flip the heavyweight world upside down. Boxing glove fire, don't blink. You won't want to miss this. Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois are set to clash on July 19th, 2025, at Wembley Stadium for the undisputed heavyweight championship, a rematch of their controversial 2023 encounter. Usyk, the undefeated Ukrainian maestro, holds the WBA, WBC, and WBO belts, while Dubois, the resurgent British knockout artist, brings the IBF title. Their first fight ended with Usyk stopping Dubois in the 9th round, but not without a heated debate over a 5th-round body shot from Dubois that floored Usyk, ruled a low blow by the referee. Dubois and his team still insist it was a legal punch that could have changed the outcome. Since then, Dubois has transformed into a wrecking ball, most notably with his stunning 5th-round knockout of Anthony Joshua in September 2024. Usyk, meanwhile, has solidified his legacy with back-to-back victories over Tyson Fury, proving he's the pound-for-pound king. For Dubois to hand Usyk his first professional defeat, he must master 3 critical areas: establishing his jab as he did against Joshua, maintaining head movement and disciplined defense, and staying effective in the championship rounds where Usyk thrives. Let's break down why these elements are crucial and how they tie to their past performances. First, Dubois must establish his jab with the same authority he displayed against Anthony Joshua. In that September 2024 fight at Wembley, Dubois overwhelmed Joshua with a relentless, piston-like jab that set the tone early. From the opening bell, he used it to disrupt Joshua's rhythm, keep him at bay, and create openings for his devastating right hands. The jab wasn't just a rangefinder. It was a weapon that landed with thudding power, visibly shaking Joshua's confidence. By the 3rd round, Joshua was hesitant, unable to close the distance without eating sharp, accurate jabs. This approach culminated in Dubois dropping Joshua multiple times before finishing him in the 5th. Against Usyk in 2023, Dubois' jab was underutilized. He threw it sporadically, allowing Usyk to dictate the pace with his own crisp, rhythmic jab and footwork. Usyk's ability to angle off and counter made Dubois' predictable advances easy to read. If Dubois can replicate the jab-heavy strategy from the Joshua fight, he'll force Usyk to respect his power early, disrupt the Ukrainian's slick movement, and set up his heavier shots. Without a commanding jab, Dubois risks letting Usyk control the ring as he did in their first meeting, where Usyk landed 47% of his jabs compared to Dubois' 29%, according to CompuBox stats. Next, head movement and disciplined defense will be vital for Dubois to survive Usyk's technical brilliance. Usyk is a master of angles, feints, and combination punching, as seen in his fights against Fury. In their May 2024 clash, Usyk's head movement made him nearly unhittable at times, slipping Fury's looping right hands while landing precise counters. He averaged 6.8 punches landed per round to Fury's 4.9, showcasing his defensive elusiveness. In the 2023 fight with Dubois, Usyk exploited Dubois' static head position, peppering him with straight lefts and check hooks. Dubois' defense was porous. He absorbed 88 punches over 9 rounds, with 62 to the head. Contrast this with Dubois' improved showing against Joshua, where he displayed better head movement, slipping Joshua's telegraphed right hands and countering with uppercuts. Dubois also kept his guard tighter, reducing the clean shots he took compared to the Usyk fight. To beat Usyk, Dubois must stay off the center line, use subtle head slips to avoid Usyk's straight punches, and maintain a high guard to block the Ukrainian's combinations. If Dubois stands still as he did in 2023, Usyk will pick him apart, especially in the middle rounds where he historically builds momentum. Finally, Dubois must be effective in the championship rounds, 9, 10, 11, and 12, where Usyk is at his most dangerous. Usyk's ability to close fights strongly is legendary. In his first fight with Fury, Usyk landed 14 of 26 power punches in round 9, nearly stopping the Gypsy King. In the December 2024 rematch, Usyk outlanded Fury 22-13 in round 12, sealing a unanimous decision against Dubois. In 2023, Usyk's dominance in the later rounds was clear. By round 8, Dubois was visibly fatigued, his punch output dropping to 19 punches thrown compared to Usyk's 42. Usyk capitalized, landing a fight-ending flurry in round 9. Dubois has rarely gone deep into fights recently, with his last 3 wins against Jarrell Miller, Filip Hrgovic, and Joshua, ending inside 7 rounds. His stamina in the championship rounds remains untested since the Usyk loss. However, his training camp for the Joshua fight emphasized endurance, with Dubois completing 12-round sparring sessions at high intensity. To win, Dubois must pace himself early, avoid Usyk's traps in rounds 5 through 8, and maintain his power output late. If he can land heavy shots in rounds 10 or 11, as he did early against Joshua, he could exploit any fatigue in the 38-year-old Usyk, who's logged heavy mileage against elite opponents. Looking back at their first fight, the low blow controversy remains a focal point. In round 5, Dubois landed a right hand to Usyk's beltline, sending him to the canvas for over 3 minutes. The referee's low blow ruling gave Usyk time to recover, a decision Dubois' team, led by trainer Don Charles, still calls a robbery. Replays show the punch landed near Usyk's navel, borderline but arguably legal. Dubois' camp believes a knockout was stolen, fueling their confidence for the rematch. However, Usyk's resilience after the incident can't be ignored. He regained control by round 6, outboxing Dubois with a 63% connect rate on power punches. This resilience defines Usyk, who's never been stopped and has faced bigger punchers like Fury without buckling. Dubois' knockout of Joshua shows he has the power to hurt anyone, but Usyk's chin and ring IQ make him a different beast. Dubois must avoid letting the past controversy cloud his focus, as Usyk dismissed it, saying, "I live now, in the present. For me, it doesn't matter what happened in the past." Dubois' evolution since 2023 is undeniable. His 3-fight knockout streak, Miller in 10, Hrgovic in 8, and Joshua in 5, shows a fighter with newfound confidence and precision. Against Joshua, he landed 67% of his power punches, a stark improvement from the 42% against Usyk. His promoter, Frank Warren, notes Dubois is in a good place, mentally and physically, unlike the 2023 version who seemed rattled by Usyk's pressure. Usyk, however, remains the gold standard. His 23-0 record, with wins over Fury, Joshua, twice, and Dubois, proves he's a generational talent. At 38, questions linger about his durability, but his December 2024 performance against Fury showed no signs of decline, with Usyk landing 104 body shots to Fury's 47. The age gap, 11 years, could play a factor if Dubois pushes a high pace, but Usyk's experience in deep waters gives him the edge late. For Dubois to pull off the upset, his game plan hinges on those 3 pillars: a commanding jab, disciplined defense with active head movement, and sustained effectiveness in the championship rounds. The jab will keep Usyk from settling into his rhythm, as it did against Joshua. Head movement and a tight guard will limit Usyk's clean shots, preventing the slow bleed Dubois suffered in 2023. And staying dangerous in rounds 9 through 12 will test Usyk's endurance like never before. If Dubois executes this strategy, he could capitalize on his youth, power, and home crowd at Wembley to dethrone the king. But Usyk's track record suggests he'll be ready, adapting as he did against Fury's body attack and Dubois' early aggression in their first fight. The stage is set for a heavyweight classic, and if Dubois brings his A-game, we might witness the upset of the decade. This fight isn't just about belts, it's about legacy. For Usyk, a win cements him as a 2-time undisputed heavyweight champion, a feat unseen in the 4-belt era. For Dubois, it's redemption, a chance to erase the 2023 loss and become the first British undisputed champion since Lennox Lewis in 1999. The low blow debate, Dubois' growth, and Usyk's brilliance make this a must-watch. On July 19th, Wembley will erupt, and if Dubois masters his jab, defense, and late-round grit, he just might shock the world. But underestimating Usyk, as history shows, is a dangerous gamble. Who do you think wins this rematch? Remember to like and share this video. And if you haven't subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications to get a fight update. See you soon.